Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. What's good, what's good, what's good? So there's a lot going on. Holy moly. A lot going on. A lot. I'm actually shocked. Um, Tonight's question. What coin had $92 million in downward pressure over the past couple of days? $92 million in pressure going down. Wow. You've got Ethereum, Pepe, Trump, or other. And if it's other, you must let us know down in the comments. Something else I want you to do. I want to know if you've done your 15 minutes of your own research. Put it down in the comments. So, hello, Houtanic. Hello, Knoxville. What's going on? What's good, Rick Ritchie? Hello, Fitness Glow. Hello, Papo. So, there's been a lot that's going on over the weekend. We've got how to buy crypto as the number one search over the past couple of days on Google. Can you say wow? Can you say wow? Do you want to hear something else that's really funny? And we'll get into it a little bit more later, but he didn't say a word about crypto or the strategic reserve. Not a word. None of the first 8 executive orders had anything to do with crypto or the strategic reserve. Not to say that it's not coming, but that was big, and it says a lot. It says a lot. We'll get into that conversation a little bit. Something else that happened. Hello, Dexter Catchings. Well, that name is not familiar to me, sir. Not familiar at all. And last time you were here was season 1, episode 132. Wow. Welcome back. So, and thank you for hopping on from Mississippi. Then we've got Rumble making its first Bitcoin purchase and talking about plans for acquisitions. That's not a small thing. Not a small thing at all. Because I think Rumble is starting to reach deep into Web3. So pay attention to that. We've got Dogecoin dropping 15%. You have no idea how happy I am that I got out when I did. You have no idea. Just a little redneck. What's going on? I had a friend, and he used to say that he was a true redneck from Florida. Pale as can be, and he really did have a redneck. Leroy Tice, what's good? Good to have you back. Good to have you back. AC Power is in the house. So Doge dropping 15%. I got out just in time. Just in time. When I got out, it's about 41.5, right? That's when I got out. And it's low right now. I mean, in terms of where it came from, it's at 34.45. Wow. I'm blessed. Because remember, I told you guys, I got out of Doge. I got out of a whole bunch of things so that I could buy. I bought some Trump. Not going to kid you. Bought some Trump. Made money off of that. Bought other stuff on the original as well. So I was rebalancing. I spent the weekend just rebalancing and playing games. That's right. Show 'em. And Remy 22 Rosie, what's good? Trading Maverick, what's going on? I thought I saw something that it was XRP. For the other pick. I got you, Eric. I got you. I'm not going to say anything right now, but that's the question. What else do we have? Bitcoin tumbling. It tumbled big. From where it was. It's down to $101,000 right now. It hit as high as 109 and change, right? The new all-time high is... I don't have it handy. Hold on a second. Let me just make this screen bigger. What? That's weird. So the basic view on CoinMarketCap doesn't actually have. I don't feel like looking it up. I just don't. This is not worth it. It was 109 and change. Take me for my word. You know, I'm not gonna fib to you. Not something about that. I bought some Melania meme. Net invested 173.82. I regret it. I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry, man. It lived up to its history to dive. We're going to have a longer conversation about that. Let me get through the news, and then we can take a deeper dive into those kinds of things. I'm on Qual Lifestyle. What's going on? Hello to you. Let's see. So Bitcoin took a dive after achieving, but here's the thing: we came so close to that 110, so close to that 110, and I thought for sure. Well, before the crypto ball, I thought for sure he was definitely going to say something about crypto. But after he launched his coin, I was just kind of like, ooh, what if he doesn't? I had still thought he would, but what if he doesn't? What if he doesn't? What if he doesn't? And guess what? He didn't. And what happened? That's what he did. That's what he did. And we'll get, like I said, we'll get into that in a second. Let me just go through the rest of the stuff. We've got billions of dollars poured into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Even World Liberty Financial bought a big chunk, $45 million worth of Ethereum. So that was not small. Ex Coinbase CTO cautions against hype in Trump meme coin market. Ha 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 ha. Shocker there. Trump appoints Caroline Pham as acting CFTC chair. Doge is facing a lawsuit over its hiring practices on day one. Bing! Because they weren't disclosing anything. You're a government agency. You're supposed to, by law. So yeah, that's a problem. Vivek Ramaswamy, gone. I knew there had to be something going on when he said, "Oh, I'm going to run for Ohio governor." I was like, "Oh, so you're not going to be a part of that efficiency thing?" I thought that was a really big deal for you. That's got economic impact. What the kind of things that they're looking to do, it's got a huge economic impact. But then you know what happened. You know, they had a $2 trillion number there, and then they started backtracking. Oh, well, you know, realistically, maybe we'll hit one. Maybe we will hit one. And I was just like, oh, interesting. So yeah, I think certain things kind of settle in and kind of lives up to the yeah, no, those are just words that you were talking. You know the deal. It's not going to happen. Then we have Trump meme coins drive AI agent tokens to decline. And I can tell you right now, my virtuals bag is happy for it. I'm happy for it. Why? One of the things, and this is probably going to come out tomorrow, one of the things that he did was actually sign an executive order to roll back rules against AI. Oh, that's a lot bigger than people think. It's a hell of a lot bigger than people think. Like, wow. So I'm expecting AI coins to like pick up over the next week. I'm expecting them to pick up hard. What else do we have? We've got, I'll use that one to lead into it. SEC announces new acting chairman amid regulatory shifts. The new acting chairman, after Gary got gone, because now we use past tense. Gary got gone. Actually used to work there as a commissioner. So that's a big deal. So we have a new acting chairman, definitely pro crypto. There was an executive order that says like, pause, rethink. A lot of people are going to get fired because they don't think like us. Like my man said, they're not like us. So that's going to be interesting. And the last big piece of news, Vitalik Buterin considers new Ethereum staking for the Ethereum Foundation to help pay for development and things like that. Yeah, not mad about that. Not mad about that at all. And Jake K. Sr., what's going on? Now, Here's something to contemplate. And I'll say it so that everybody can get it. No, I can't give that away. Can't give that away. Not yet. Not yet. Actually, Hutanik, one of the Hutanik and Rich actually. Hold it. Who else is on? Let me see. Hutanik, Rich, just trying to see, Leroy, AC Power, Trading Maverick. You guys are all big baggers. Tonight's news is kind of big. And it's related to the question. I'm just gonna let it rip. You agree? Do you agree? Because I just want to let it rip. We're gonna answer the question right now. We got 10 votes. We got 10 votes, and I'm ready to rock and roll right now. All right, there you go. So I had a couple of my big baggers say yes. 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them. All right, ready to rock and roll. So, what coin had $92 million in downward pressure over the past couple of days? Trump. You want to know what these idiots did? You had the opportunity of almost a lifetime. And here are your considerations. I make an announcement on Friday that, hey, I've got this. The new coin comes out. One person owns 80% of it. 10% is for liquidity. 10% is for the public. Okay? That includes the people that have $92 million, his team, right? It was Team Trump 1 and Team Trump 2 that were selling. No. Maverick, don't. Shh. It gets better. It gets better. So you said, you know what? If we talk about this coin now, we can probably make hell a lot of money and open up a brand new money stream for the new regime. But we probably won't be able to talk about it on Monday because it'll be seen as promoting yourself. Right? You already caught flack over it, right? But then these idiots jumbled the bag. They bobbled the bag. No, Hutanik, not yet. We'll get to Soul in a minute. You know how we feel about Soul. But we'll get to that in a minute. Hold on. It gets better. Oh my God. Then you idiots launch Melania because she is oh so popular. Like she's Cher. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? People. This is what I'm thinking. You could have done the same thing as before. And you could have just left alone, but you wanted to launch Melania. Melania then, after Trump hit $77 and change, it plummets. Crash it 50%. Now remember, I did a report a long time ago, like months ago. 50%. No, it was like 90% of all memes crash 50% after they first launch. But his went up and then crash 50%. It didn't like come out, and then crash 50%. So, if you're an insider though, Paul, it didn't crash. You still made buttload of money. Because when did you get in? Yours are at like pennies. Okay? So but it cut off. But you boggling the bag, I mean, you've got to be dumb as dirt to have Trump coin come out. And then because she thinks she's somebody, she's going to come out with Melania. Just like the NFTs. He came out with NFTs, and then she's got to come out with NFTs. Sorry, sweetie. You're not him. I'm not a fan of his, but you're not him. Okay? You and your CD pass. Go take many a seat. Go sit down. Be very quiet. Not a little bit of quiet. A hell of a lot of quiet. Sit down. Take many a seat. Shh. Go over there. Just go over there. Because you fumbled the bag. You caused $1.1 billion in liquidations like that. Still hasn't recovered. Still has not recovered. I've been since it dropped. I've been playing that game between the bands. I've been playing the game. I've been playing the game. Look at it. Look at where it is now. It's at. Let me scroll down. It was all the way in the teens. Now it's number 26. It's at $33.19. It's going to come back up. It's going to come back up. And a lot of you people are going to get freaking mad when I tell you why. When I tell you why, you will be utterly disgusted. And then Hutanic, we can get on to, Solana. Because that totally, absolutely made me giggle. But, hey, so Joe Jake K Sr., did you catch up now? You caught up now? Okay. So, Bianca in the house. Max Salas, I didn't say hello before. Hello. I showed it during the inauguration and made 300% profit. Ding. But it gets better. It gets better. I think tonight might be the first night in a long time nobody's getting sent to the corner. Except maybe for the new regime, because gotta be dumb as dirt to fumble a bag of that size. How did you fumble a bag of that size? Here's why. Here's why I say so. First term, you own a hotel in Washington, D.C. It then becomes the most popular hotel with all of the foreign friends, right? Show up paying big money for rooms that you didn't have to pay that kind of money before, but now you do. So it gets better. What does the Trump coin do? It does nothing. It's a meme. It does jack. It does nothing except promote a name. Think fart coin. Now, fart coin is funny. It's valid. So, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at it and I say, he's recreated the hotel situation where people can give him money without directly giving him money. Except this time, because one entity owns 80% of it, it is. Now think about this. If you want to be friends with the new regime, what do you have to do? It used to be stay in this hotel. Entertain at this hotel. Do stuff at this hotel. What is it now? Buy the meme. Don't let that puppy drop down. Buy the meme. Be one with the meme. How many of you are right now are like seething mad right now? Because it's such a blatant thing. 3 days, 1, 2, 3, before I get inaugurated, I'm going to launch a coin. I didn't have to give up my businesses before, and that's one of my businesses. If you want to patronize one of my businesses, who am I to say no? Who am I to say no? So if I really want to drive this home, I'm going to start my own coin, and I'm going to watch my coin make me billions. What's 800,000 times even $33? But what's that number? Because the original number of wasn't it 1 billion? Wasn't it 1 billion? 1 billion coins? So 800 billion. Or 800 million, sorry, 800 million times $33. I need to know. Unless somebody did the math before me. But it's real funny, right? Because I didn't do the math before. 33 times... Ooh. It's too big for my tiny little calculator. No, it's $26.4 billion. $26.4 billion at current price. And you best believe he's going to release a little bit, release a little bit, release a little bit. And here's the real problem. It doesn't have to be done publicly. I mean, you'll know what wallets is coming from, right? What wallets is going to, but he controls an OTC, situation. There's so many ways that he'd be able to get that money directly. And then everybody's expecting him to say something about crypto today. The strategic reserve, because that's how we're going to pay off our debt. Right? Because the wealthy need tax cuts. Those tax cuts aren't going to help me. They're not going to help the regular person. They're only there for the rich. Look at how those tax cuts actually work. They work for the rich and wealthy, not for the used to be middle class who's now poor. I hate to say it, but that's the wake-up call. Yeah, he's still signing orders right now, but those first 8 and his speech had nothing to do with crypto. So what everybody's hoping for right now is that there's a crypto something or other, a strategic reserve something or other, because it'll all be released, right? It'll all be released. But the point is that he didn't want to say it in public. He did not want to promote something in public. For obvious reasons, right? I created a coin on Friday. And Monday, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to start talking about crypto this and crypto that. I can't do that. I can't do that now. Because I set up a huge payday. Can somebody do the math? Actually, I'll do the math. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just relax. I'll do the math. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, then you do 800 million times 77. $61.6 billion, give or take, at its high. At its high. Wow. $61.6 billion at its high when it hit 77 and change. Oh. So you sit there and you're kind of like, he really did recreate the hotel. Now, but here's what's really cool. He doesn't have to share it with anybody. I don't have to pay anybody. I don't have to do anything like that. And I'm going to make more money. That coin's not going to go down. Maybe it'll go down for a little while. It's not going to go down for a long time. Want to be friends? Want to have a meeting? Want to do whatever? Somebody's going to buy the coin. Somebody's going to buy it. You think not? I know you don't think not. All those NFTs, the coin, everything that's going on right now. Everything that's going on right now led up to this. Led up to it. And yet you still fumbled the bag. Who the hell is telling you how to do things? Think first. I never would have allowed Melania to release her own coin. Never. No flipping way. When you're going to fumble the bag. You're going to fumble the bag. Whew. I'd be livid. Yeah, he just stole the scratch off ticket markets. Not a stitch, not one syllable. He is still signing orders now. Yep, got that. A sick amount of money. It is a sick amount of money. It's a sick amount of money, and he doesn't have to pay any employees. He already hit them off with, enough to go and drop the market by 90. They put out $92 million right there. Boom. So it wasn't just the Melania coin that screwed everything up. And let me tell you how they... Oh my God. You create a new coin. The first thing you do, you buy it out. Like if I'm on pump.fun, you create a new coin. This is what I didn't do for GMB TV. I want the community to buy the coin. That's why I bought some for myself, obviously, duh. But I want the community to grow and support the coin. But the way you really do it is you create a new coin, you buy it all. You buy it all. Then you're instantly on radium. You've met your minimum. You're instantly on radium. And now you're out there in the public. Now, depending on who you are, that little, after everybody's been meeting with you, thank you very much. Everybody's been running to kiss the ring. Everybody knew who was going to put it on their exchange. They even knew when they were going to put it on their exchange. Oh, Coinbase, we're going to put it on our roadmap. As if that was going to be months down the road. Please. Robinhood got on it. Kraken got on it. Binance got on it. Binance got on it yesterday. Now you could move it off, off platform today. Woof. So I'm sitting here and I'm saying, it's the perfect setup. The perfect setup. You're not going to, I said before, what should happen is they should release the coins like this. But Team 1 and Team 2 wallets went out there and dumped all of the $92 million worth of coin on across several different exchanges. Who okayed that? Who thought that was okay? Whoever it was, go slap the shiznit out of them. Because that was dumb. That was one of the dumbest things you could do. Let's see. 8 Paws, what's good? He's a master at psychological mind bending. And that's what... I don't think he's a master at it. I really don't. I think he's not bright enough to keep up with himself. And he doesn't care if he flubs. That's the difference. I don't think he's bright like that. Damn. Hutanic, I can't repeat it, but yeah, Barron's got his stuff going on. Eric went out there and said something too. He's hinting at stuff. A lot. A lot. So the whole family thinks they can cash in instead of saying, let dad rock with that. Let dad rock with that. No, nobody does that. They're all greedy little pricks, and they go out and create their own little thing. Melania's like, I want my own money. So I'm going to do my own coin. Why? Do I really care? Remember that quote? I'm not making a political statement. This isn't political. This is a lesson on what not to do. This is a huge lesson on what not to do when you're launching your coin. And then every time you saw big buys, the bots started hammering. Just kept hammering. Kept on hammering. So I'm just like, I'm sitting back and I'm like, yeah, you had a chance of making this $100 coin in a heartbeat. The world's fastest $100 coin. Not first, fastest. And you ruined it. You fumbled the bag. Yeah, you still have a significant bag. Let's not play. $26.4 billion is not a small bag. But you'd have to be a flippin' moron to let people continue fumbling this bag now. That should have been a quick lesson. I mean, he went to Wharton, didn't he? This should not be a hard lesson to learn. Sandy Champion, what's going on? God will Soma, what's going on? So I'm sitting back and I'm looking at all this, and I wish I could say I'm amazed, but I'm not. The level of stupidity, like I would be losing my mind over somebody thinking that releasing Melania's token at the same time or just a little while after was a smart thing to do and didn't do it the same way. That was like the dumbest thing in the world. And I looked. It was first available on Meteora. The hell is a Meteora? Are you serious? Yeah, I'm not touching that. Gatsby Carrier, what's going on? There's no way in the world I'm going to hop on Meteora to go buy some coin that it's a meme. And what has she done to even build up a brand? Are you serious? For all intents and purposes, the new regime has spent decades building his brand around brashness, crassness, whatever it is, but it is a brand. And if you have a brand, you can make money from that brand. So here's your coin, making money from that brand, and then your no-name wife decides, I want my own coin too. Was this her do I really care moment for this new regime? For this term? Was that her new do I really care? Think about that. If it wasn't his team, right? If she did this on her own, ooh. Because you're pulling from the same pool of people. The money's going to go there or the money's going to go there. But you had two events that ruined it all. The 92 million just released out there onto the exchanges. And then you had the Melania coin. I didn't think people could be that dumb, but apparently dumb is the new cool. Now, what happened to Solana? And I spoke about this yesterday, right? Solana boasts having, being able to handle 1 million transactions per second. The problem with that is that they won't tell you how many of those transactions get dropped. Hold on, let me just catch up with a couple of people. Pause. Yeah, that wasn't for me. This is why you do... Oh, Rick Ritchie, this is why you do your own research, because the tokenomics is terrible on Trump. One person owning 80%? Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. But I said it before and I'll say it again. I don't think people are going to let this particular meme fail. You heard me, right? I don't think so. Why is that? Because you want to be in his good graces. You want to be in his good graces, buy the meme. I'll put it out there publicly. I mean, we could do an OTC, but that's direct. Nope. I'll put it out there publicly, and you go buy it. You go buy it. Use a hidden wallet, whatever wallet you want to use. Just go figure it out, but don't let that meme die. Because he'll look at everybody. He'll look at all of his friends. Why'd you let my coin die? Oh. Imagine how angry he would be. We know he's vindictive. We know he's vindictive. So how do you square that circle? I can't wait to see MLK, RFK, and JFK files unredacted. That's a political statement, has nothing to do with bags, so I don't care. I'm thinking it's a test email for the new platform, wanting to know. Yeah, I wanted to do that, but it was a mistake, and that was discussed days ago. I should have sent it as a webinar, which we'll test that out as well. So no biggie. So sorry about that, guys and ladies. But yeah, when I'm looking at how this coin will, because it will survive. I don't think this is going to be like one of his NFT projects. Remember him on the moon, him in all these different poses and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like that. I don't think they're going to let this coin die. I think you're going to see this coin do better than survive. I think it's going to do better than survive. Right now, it's fallen behind Pepe. At one point, it was higher than Doge. At one point, it was higher than Doge. That's how far it had gone. Not Doge. I'm sorry, Shiba Inu. That's how. It was up there. It was up there. What did it hit 12 or something like that on CoinMarketCap? That's not small. That's not small. It bypassed a few. Toncoin, Hedera. Ooh, Hedera made a move. Holy moly. Hedera and Toncoin are playing games at 15 and 16. Wow. That's a bigger deal than you would think. Let's see, Avalanche and Stellar are playing games, along with Chainlink. Cardano sitting pretty in ninth spot. So Trump just signed an order, no losses on trading, only gains. You mean no taxes on losses? I mean, you wouldn't. I mean, who pays taxes on losses? Is it really like that? I don't think it's like that. And you only get taxed. And so he's saying you'll only get taxed on gains, and you won't get taxed on trades. So like if you trade one coin for another, or is that a general statement for stocks, bonds, anything in the financial industry? But I don't understand how you get taxed on losses anyway. You took a loss. So does that mean I can't claim my loss? See what I mean? But Solana, back to Solana. You can handle 100. You can handle 1 million transactions per second, but you had congestion. How did you have congestion, but you can handle 1,000? A million transactions per second. How did you have so much congestion? Nobody's saying it, but I'll say it. Hey, Paula, I'll say it. There's your network gremlin. I couldn't make a transaction for like an hour and a half. And what's worse is I couldn't cancel my transaction either. No transaction ID. I literally sat there in limbo. How cool was that to be sitting there in limbo? Not fun. Not fun at all. Motivational Misfit, how are you? Sui's time to shine. Yeah, I don't know about that. It has nothing to do with Solana having a problem. A very visible problem. But the air in the room is taken up by Trump, not Solana's network problem. Like, I'm just wondering which one of their team is going to wake up and go, yeah, hey, Barron, maybe you should do that new thing by BNB chain to launch your meme over there, or maybe even go over to Base. We can find some tech heads to knock that out for you over on Base. It's pretty easy. It works on Base. It works the same as on Pump.fun. There's a platform for it. I forgot the name of it, but there's a platform for it. So yeah, you could do that. Maybe you should do that. You won't have those problems. But who the hell knows who Barron is? Who the hell cares who Barron is? It's not a silly question. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. One of my guys is still working. Should be the same. So, Ham's house was good. Solana breaking again shouldn't surprise anyone. But here's the problem. The news isn't getting out there that Solana broke. The news that's getting out there is the volume from Trump was so much. See where I'm going? See how that goes? That's the story. Look at the volume. The volume's not that much. What volume is that? That's not a lot of volume. To screw a blockchain like that? Oh, that's your network gremlin. This was their time to shine. They knew it was coming. This was their time to shine. And what happened? They couldn't handle it. You want to know how many enterprise organizations are out there right now looking at that blockchain and going, never that one. The first one of you morons that comes to me and says, we should do our blockchain work on Solana, I'm going to fire you on the spot. And then I'm going to try to claw back your whole salary because that's the dumbest thing. Solana status does not show any record of network issues. Oh. It shouldn't be updated weekly. It should be a running thing, right? It should be a rolling, chunk of time. This is only yesterday and the day before. We can't see from 2 days ago? Everything was fine on Friday. Everything was fine on Saturday. Late Saturday, I think Sunday. Oh, now there's a problem? Now there's a problem? Huh. Interesting that there's a problem now. Interesting that there's a problem now. Don't diss Wix like that. Leave Wix alone. That's mean. Go stand in a corner. That one gets you in the corner. They say they can be the next They do say that, Holmes House. Solana does run around talking about, we're the best. We're gonna take out Ethereum. You're not taking out anybody. Ethereum, with all its quirks, all its problems, you can't touch it. You can't touch it. And right now, you can't touch XRP. You're having a hard time with BNB chain. And BNB chain doesn't have this issue. And they're definitely a part of the connective tissue of Web3. Don't act like they're not. They are. They very much are. Solana screwed up. They screwed the pooch on this one. Solana side claims, no incidents reported. Site claims, no incidents reported for this month. Wow. And uptime at 100% for the past 2.5 months. Wow. Hutanic, I'm still laughing over the Wix thing. That's evil. That's pure evil. So you had no problem, but I had congestion messages. And I wasn't the only one. Clearly, I was not the only one. A ton of people globally, at the global level, had problems with congestion on Solana. No, this was yet another example. So Rick Ritchie, this counts as number one. Last year they had 5. They've already got their first one this month. That's big. Pinocchio coin next on Sol. Jimmy the Nose. I'm just saying, I look at this and I just go, that's a problem. That's a problem. When you turn on CNBC and other news, other financial shows, they show Bitcoin, they show Ethereum, and they show Solana. How are you showing Solana? How are you still showing Solana? I couldn't understand how they started showing Solana in the first place. It's always been pretty much where it is now. Not always, but you know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much where it is. Maybe it gets higher than a couple of other, but it's really where it is. But right now, you should be showing XRP. No? You should be showing XRP. Solana shouldn't be shown on those news shows. Who cares? You went down. You had an outage. You can't tell me, oh, that's congestion. No, that is an outage. Your boxes couldn't handle it. Outage season. Woohoo! Yay! That's a problem. Yeah, that's a pause. That's a political thing. That's not a monetary thing. It's not going to affect our bags. Sol needs to 10x their mempool, but that would slow it down. Would it slow it down? No, sir. It wouldn't slow it down. It wouldn't slow it down. They're using that whole new mesh thingy Makuchi that they were talking, that whole lattice thing that they were talking about, right? Yeah. So it shouldn't slow anything down. It should only be scalability should be there, right? They're talking about scale, and we're talking about resilience. They can't handle a simple launch of a meme. How many memes took off at the same time on Solana, causing crazy volume? A lot. They might not have each one by one taken off like Trump did, but you had several at a time banging on that network. And mind you, it didn't cause additional volume. It sucked the air out of the room because it took everybody else's traffic away from them. Everything was focused on Trump. Bonk took a hit. Jupe took a hit. Dog with Hat took a hit in terms of volume, but they went up. I'm like, they went up in terms of price. I made money when I dumped all of my stuff. I made dough. Dexter Catchings, let's see. So with Trump not saying anything about crypto, will that affect the bull run? No. Apparently he just signed something else that's favorable to crypto, but not all that favorable to crypto. Like, okay, you signed some kind of tax thing. No, I don't think it's going to be used to pump the price of Trump coin. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think so. Not at all. Block times at 9 minutes. Yep, I can agree to that. But I don't know that it's brilliant. I think it was smart at the time. I think there were better. Other blockchains have proven there are better ways to do it. But I want you to think about this. I mean, Bitcoin moves the way Bitcoin moves. It can be fast, it can be slow. It's just Bitcoin. When was the last time you heard Bitcoin going down? Your little transaction might take a little bit longer, but you don't really hear about Bitcoin going down. Congestion. Seriously? No. They have a network. Solana has a network gremlin. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to be transparent about it. Got to get off of that nipple. Got to get off of that Solana nipple. Grow up, look at Solana and kind of go, Solana does not measure up. It does not measure up to the other projects that are out there. When Solana starts falling, because it will. The only reason why Solana is not falling out, they made money for people. They made money. Really and true. They made me money, and then I dumped it. That's right. It was a part of my package. That when I rebalanced over the weekend, I did a lot of rebalancing. Because I was talking to my mom, she was telling me about what she was doing, and I was like, I haven't rebalanced in a minute. Let me go rebalance. Let me go rebalance. Let me go take care of this. I did the meta, right? I looked at my lowest performers. Except this one has metrics, has real metrics. I was in the black, sell. I was in the black, sell. I think there was only one. I think only one or two that I wasn't in the black, but I was just below. Okay, cool. Go put that money someplace else where it's actually going to make money for me. That's all I did. Every now and then you need to be paying attention and rebalance appropriately so that you're actually making money. Up, it was at 33 earlier. Now it's at 31.63. Yay. But I'm serious. I think it's going to go up. I think it's going to bounce within a certain area, and I'm just going to keep going like this. That's all I'm going to do. Yep, you can see the confirmations, but how Bitcoin works doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Right? Hear me out. The only reason why I say so is because when Bitcoin was created, they only had DigiCash to look at. DigiCash and I think DigiGo. They only had two other projects that they could look at to figure out how to get it right. Those other two projects almost got it right. Bitcoin was the first to get it right. It was the first to get it right. And here's the other part. It didn't even have to be perfect. It didn't have to be crazy fast. It was faster than any other transaction that anybody had ever seen. But this stuff started in the 70s and 80s. This is way back. And cryptography before that. This is way back. And the problem was always, wouldn't it be nice if there was a public network by which we could use value, that we could transfer value? Right now, if you want to transfer value over a long distance, you've got to use private networks to do so. Aha. And there's the problem. And so they charge you for the use of those public networks. I mean, of those private networks. There are no public networks except for blockchain. Or certain blockchain projects, right, that are public. There are some private blockchains. Think JP Coin for JP Morgan. They're private blockchains, right? But most are public. And you can do whatever you need to do. Maneuvering value around the world in minutes, and in some cases, seconds. I was rebalancing yesterday, and before I could make my next click to go refresh the page, transaction was already done. Seconds. We're talking about cash register fast. And the whole thing be done right there. I just bought a bag of chips. Ba-doop. By the time I put my phone away, go to open up the bag of chips, that transaction has already happened. Not just happening, already happened. Oof. Something to look at. Something to look at. False news, I think, was giving, I need fact check before I speak. Yep. I don't know what you're talking about, Hutanik. You're just throwing out names of projects. I don't know what you mean. What's the reference? Give me a reference. Or was that meant for me? Those are things where those are coins where, those are projects where you can maneuver money almost anonymously. That's why everybody was going after Monero so bad before. But when you look at why blockchain was created, it's because people were trying to find a way to maneuver value over great distances without having to pay for private networks. You still have to pay for public networks, but those fees are minuscule. Minuscule. Instead of basically there's a control over the market by all the banks around the world, 11,000 banks, and they control the market because they control this private system. Citibank used to have its own system. Remember when ATMs first came out, it had its own private system. You couldn't use your Citi card. Remember that was a problem. You couldn't use your Citi card at another bank because they were on totally different networks. There were competing networks. I think there was Cirrus, and then there was NICE, NYCE. And then they all changed. Now everybody can use their card wherever it is. That was a big deal. So I'm really thinking of rebalancing my portfolio because of this. Yeah. You're most welcome, Amankwa. Jared Chamberlain, what's good? Talk Truth, what's good? Monero is one of my largest holdings. Ooh, that's crazy. Not judging, just crazy. I've never seen somebody actually say Monero is their largest holding. I can understand why. So I'm cool with it. Just wild, never seen it. Relative to other projects, it has remained stable. Yeah. Even with people going after it. Like this new thing about going after developers who develop tools and then somebody finds a way to use those tools nefariously. Are you going to go after the people that created the US dollar or the Indian rupee or whatever around the world? Because they're used for nefarious things. Fiat's used for nefarious things. What are you talking about? But you're targeting developers of blockchain. Does that smell right to you? That doesn't smell right to me. So I'm just paying attention to everything and I'm just saying to myself, okay, so I've got to stay away from networks that, I mean, I have to say, you can do development on Solana. I hear development on Solana is very easy, but you're going to deal with that whole idea of, I can't have any real-time critical, transactions on that network. Maybe it's a great network for buying things online because you're not going to get it right now. I mean, unless you're Amazon and you could deliver it within the next 2 hours. But for the most part, most people are not looking to get their stuff within the same day. They're expecting, I'm going to get that shipment tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. That's pretty much it. Maybe you can trust, Solana to do that. I wouldn't. My company gives you the option. We'll give you the option, but we're actually thinking about taking that away. Actually, I know we are taking it away. So, because what are you going to do with that? DPIN can't scale on Solana. Can't trust Solana to try to scale. That's why they came out with that whole lattice system, because they said, oh, we want scalability. We want to be able to scale. You can't handle the 1 million transactions per second that you say you can handle. I want to know how many of those transactions actually get dropped. I want to know. Somebody's got to tell me. They won't release those numbers because they're not transparent. That's another problem I have with them. They're not transparent about anything. So I'm kind of like, so what are we doing here? So back to whoever said it could be Sui's time to shine. Pick out any one of the top 10, right? Ethereum's time to shine. Bitcoin's time to shine for a different reason. XRP's time to shine. Hell, Tether's time to shine. BNB, definitely time to shine, right? Doge, questionably, but yeah. USDC, questionably, but yeah. Cardano, absolutely. Chainlink, yup. Avalanche, even better than Solana in my humble opinion. They got a lot more going on, a hell of a lot more proven use cases. Thank you very much. Stellar, Sui, Hedera, Toncoin. I transferred Hedera. The transaction was done before the screen refreshed itself. I could be transferring from this wallet in this hand to this wallet in this hand. It's the same thing as if I was transferring from this wallet in this hand to my friend in freaking Tennessee. Seconds. And not even seconds. Like, you know how that you hit confirm before the screen refreshed. It was like, oh, it's finished. It's done. Size of value didn't matter. Network just said, we're finished. Imagine. That's faster than Al Bundy. Just saying. You would need to convert it on. I don't know what you're talking about with that one. Obviously, that's not meant for me, so I'll be quiet. Cosmos is that fast too. Cosmos takes a hit though. Cosmos takes a hit, and I just wonder, why does Cosmos take a hit? I think other coins, other blockchains have come along because Cosmos has just been quiet. Cosmos is another blockchain upon which other applications rely, making it a part of the connective tissue. But Cosmos doesn't actually get the credit for it. and it's fast. And it has proven to be quite reliable. AC Power Crypto Magic, stop it. So yeah, you start to think about everything that's going on, right? And you look at how everything works. This is one of the reasons why I say use the GMB3. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and invest deliberately. Most people don't understand that you do them in that order. Doing your own research gives you the foundation upon which you can understand your entries and exits, upon which you can invest deliberately. You know when to get in, you know when to get out, you know how to get in, you know how to get out, and you're doing everything because you've already planned it. You already know what to do. That's investing deliberately. So I knew I was rebalancing. In this case, I knew I was going to be doing some selling. I knew I was going to be doing some buying. I figured out what my whole transaction path would be to complete. Was I going to swap? Because in some cases, I can save money and save time swapping using a service like Changelly or whatever. I can save time and money swapping. Usually swapping costs more, but you can save time and money swapping versus I need to take 2 or 3 hops before I can get to my end transaction. I've got to sell, right? Sell it into USDT or whatever pair you want to use. And then from there, go buy whatever it is I want to buy. Or another transaction could be, I want to send this to where I'm actually going to make my last buy. So I like to do things within two transactions, within 2 steps. I don't like going beyond 3 steps. And you can break it down. You can say, well, I'm going to take this first half, the sell. I know I'm going to replace this with this, but I've got to sell this first and then get to a place where I can buy this, right? And you can break those down separately and say, okay, I'm going to sell. Let me find the best place to sell that's going to give me the lowest fees and get me the most amount of money. And there is still an arbitrage around the world. You can still look at different coins and see a different price over here versus a price over there. And you can still take advantage of that arbitrage. It's a little bit more difficult, but you can actually make money by taking a longer hop. I used to do that all the time and still do. I consider all of that with know my entries, know my exits. I did my research to find out, oh, you think I always knew about how to identify arbitrages? No, I didn't. I had to learn. I had to do my own research. Aha. Everything builds, right? Do your own research, know your entries and exits, invest deliberately. Know when to put in, know when to take out. Yeah, that. Just saying. Okay, I see what you're saying. Thank you, Hutanik. So yeah, I just think about, what it is that we're doing. Hey, coach, I think about what it is that we're doing and how we're doing it. Love me some Kenny Rogers, by the way, Hutanik. Gold star for that one. Got to know when to hold them, got to know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. One of my favorite songs. The Original Gambler. Just saying. So yeah, I pay attention to how things are happening and I try to understand. So like, how many people actually understood that the congestion on Solana's network had almost nothing to do with Trump's coins? They didn't introduce more, congestion, more volume. It wasn't that much. Go look at the charts. It wasn't that much volume. There was that much hoopla. Hoopla is not volume. There wasn't that much volume. So when I look at that, I kind of go, ooh. I mean, 80% of those coins weren't on the market, only 10%. Aha. Makes you stop and think. So 100 million coins are out there for the public, 10% for liquidity. Uh-huh. Not that much traffic. Not that much volume. So what was the problem, Solana? Have they said anything yet? Can you hear that? If you listen, shh. If you listen closely, you can hear the sound of crickets. Nothing. They came out with nothing. They have said nothing. They have done nothing. But with this problem, they're proving to enterprises, hey, don't rely on our blockchain to power anything that you're doing. So what nitwit thinks that Solana would be good to be a part of a crypto reserve? What idiot thinks that? They should be fired. They should be fired. Whoever suggested it should be fired. Or never spoken to again. Persona non grata. I mean, think about that. Somebody whispered it into his ear and it got out there that that's one of the considerations. Bitcoin, XRP, Solana. Those are the three that are being considered. That was out there. And I'm sitting back and I'm like, how do you even breathe the word Solana? How do you say it in the same breath as Bitcoin and XRP? How? How do you compare that one? I maneuvered XRP quick. We're talking cash register quick. Boop. I'm walking out. I'm walking out of the bodega with my food and my coffee. My bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, no ketchup on a roll with my Booste Low coffee. Just how do you put that in consideration with XRP and Bitcoin? Even just Bitcoin. How? I can rely on Bitcoin. It might move slow, but I can rely on Bitcoin. I can't rely on Solana. And even, like I said, even worse, I could not cancel the transaction. It should be there's congestion. Do you want to continue with this transaction? No. Boop. But in this case, I had to. I was getting out. I was getting out. It's a part of the trade. Markevius, what's going on? Sorry, what are thoughts? Oh, Alley Boy, what's going on? I like H-bar. Simple as that. I miss anything over here? Yeah, XRPL in terms of their ledger. Yep. No, it was XRP, not XRPL. As a part of the reserve, XRPL is the ledger. You use that if you're making a coin like RLUSD or XRP. No, they were specifically talking about XRP as a part of the reserve. You can't. XRPL is not a coin that you can put into the reserve. Leveraging XRPL for something else, possible, but XRP is the thing that they were talking about. Yo, hello to Japan, Alley Boy. Saw some pictures. They look good, man. They look good. So yeah, I'm just looking at how everything's playing out, and I'm sitting there and I'm just going, it's the blockchain it's the actual ledger, but the coin that's actually moving things, that actually carries value, is XRP. But yes, ledger is the XRP ledger. XRPL is the layer one. That's the blockchain that you're using to move things. That's the difference. The coin actually has value. The XRP ledger is owned by a company. It's centralized. That's owned by Ripple. But XRP, well, that's out there. RLUSD, okay. You see what I mean? There's a difference. XRP carries the value. And that's what they're talking about. It's like Bitcoin carries the value. Not the Bitcoin blockchain, but Bitcoin itself carries the value. So Sol carries the value. They're not talking about, the blockchain itself. They're talking about the coins that actually hold the value. So yeah, I'm just sitting back and I'm just going, look at all these things that are going on. So the ETF is XRP on L2. I think you're conflating things. The ETF would be for XRP. XRP is a coin running on XRPL, but the actual coin is XRP. That's what the ETF would be for. Know what I mean? And it's not on an L2. It is the coin. I'm going to go buy this coin for you. I'm the ETF. I'm going to go buy this coin on behalf of my investors. That's what I'm doing. That's what that means. I'm not buying XRPL. I'm buying, because you can't buy XRPL. You can buy XRP. You can buy Ethereum. You can buy Bitcoin. You're talking about the coin that carries the value. That's what that means. What else do we have? At the end of the day, when you look at all the news that's out there, you've got to start, once you start doing your own research, you also have to start putting together the picture behind the research, right? You have to start paying attention to that. And you'll start to see the different pictures start to form vividly, sometimes with a blur, and then more colors come. Gives you a better idea about what that picture is and how it works. But like I said, an example of something being covered up right now is you're not hearing about Solana failing. You're hearing about how well Trump did the coin. Makes sense. So RLUSD will be outside the framework of the ETF. I don't think you're going to have an ETF on a stable coin. It's just another coin it's just a stable coin, a specific kind of coin that's running on XRPL. So nobody's going to create an ETF based on a stable coin. There's no money to be made. So yeah, it would operate. I would seriously doubt that anybody's ever going to try to create an ETF off a stable coin. The whole point of it is to be stable. What's going on, SPG Garage Floors? Do you know where I'm going? Do you know what I'm getting at, Hutanic? Not trying to be funny, I'm being serious. Like, am I helping you is the question I'm asking. So yeah, RLUSD would not be an ETF. If I was to create a Hutanic coin, it's foggy water. I don't know how better to explain it. I have tracks. Right? You know what a train is, right? The tracks are the blockchain. The trains are the coins. Anybody can run their train on my tracks. They'll pay a little fee and they can use whatever tracks, they can use my tracks, no problem. Different trains. But those are the things that hold the value. Hope that made it at least a little bit clearer. XRPL is like Base. Base is like XRPL. Indeed, yes. Base has no coin of its own. What they did is they said, we're going to create the tracks and we'll let everybody else build on our tracks. In other words, they're literally saying, we want Base to become a part of the connective tissue. And the obvious reason why, and I mentioned it this morning, the obvious reason why is because that DApp is probably going to be failure. Ooh, that one looks good. And we'll have access to it before everybody else because they're on Base. That's why. So it's a very smart move, a very, very smart move. They've got a permanent funnel of what could work. Think like a BNB chain. Perfect funnel, except they also have a coin that runs on their chain. BNB runs on BNB chain. That's exactly what that is. But yeah, XRPL is just like Base. It's not a coin. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, smash the likes, tell your friends about us, and if you can, become a big bagger, because big bagger come with big benefits. One of them is a monthly video call that happens once a month only for big baggers. The next one is going to be on Super Bowl Sunday, and it's going to be great. Enjoy breakfast, Alley boy. Enjoy breakfast. Over there in Japan, it's Tuesday, 11 a.m., he says. So yeah, go smash the likes, sign up, go over to growmybag.tv/sign-up. We've got stuff coming. Bianca, good night to you, everybody. Have a great night. Sleep